Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker. Welcome. Welcome to where are we? Day number 5 of the Stamp Down to Christmas. So corny, but so fun. Hi, Libby. Hey, I gotta stop for a second, go turn on my lights that I forgot to turn on. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm all set. I don't know if those lights made a difference. I feel like they did, but so let me move the camera a little bit. And good morning, Phyllis. Nice to see you. So this morning we're going to, for day 5, we're going to do something really quick. And of course, it doesn't have to be quick because you could turn this into a longer project. But I needed something sort of fast because I'm getting ready to go out of town tomorrow. Early, I have to leave here like at 2 or 3 in the morning. And I will be gone for the weekend. So just a reminder that I won't be live tomorrow or on the weekend, but I will be back here for what would that be? I guess I would be, well, what is it? Today's 5, so 6, 7. So for day 9 on Monday, okay? And I will be repeating myself just to make sure that you all know I'm not disappearing. Just like I said, going to be gone for the weekend. So anyway, and my studio is torn apart. I have completely rearranged everything, and so now, of course, I have mountains of papers and stuff to go through. So I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get my studio nice because I want to do a little tour, and I also am getting it ready for next year because I'm hoping to host people here more and bring some teachers into my studio so that y'all can come visit. And I plan on doing a little bit less traveling next year. So anyway, so today I'm going to be working with Natalie Callbox Image, and this is, of course, I forgot to look up the name, Maxi Moon or Mr. Moon. If you're watching, can you please post the name of this stamp? And I am working with Peerless watercolors. Okay, I couldn't find my actual regular package of them, all the dishevelment and the moving, but if you have not seen these, I'm pretty sure that you have. Juliet, now I have a heater in my studio, and I also, when I'm really cold, I keep a little tiny space heater underneath my desk. We don't have a sink or any running water in the studio. We have a heater. The thing that you hear me talk about with the heater all the time is I always worry that it's too loud, but I always say, oh, I can't turn it off because it's too cold. So I just have to talk louder, I guess. Anyway, good morning, Puff and Alba. Nice to have you here again. Yay. So anyway, somebody, Mr. Moon or Maxi Moon, is going to post the name of this stamp. It's a Natalie Callbox stamp. And I love it I know it's not Christmassy, but I love it for Christmas because, well, a few reasons. I love the real bold lines, and so it's great for embossing. And if you know me and you have seen my work, you know probably that I don't do a lot of embossing, but I thought this stamp would lend itself really well. And so, and it's always nice to break out your heat tool and watch the magic of embossing. So let's do another one. I just want to show you how quick this is and then show you the sample or the idea. My friend Tracy, who I guess she's not here this morning. Tracy, I miss you. But she sent me this idea and I was like, oh my gosh, it would be so great to do with Natalie Stamp. So she has a whole bunch of these different circular stamps. So any of them would work. Okay. So again, since I don't do a lot of embossing, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have very many embossing pads or pigment ink pads in my repertoire. Moonlight Duo ink will work, but I don't like to take the chance because you have to work really quickly. And whenever I am live streaming or demoing, I talk a lot. So I if you're at home, you can use Moonlight Duo ink to emboss as long as you're pretty quick, okay? So anyway, this is just a pad that I had, and it is, let's see, I don't even know the color. It's just it's called Putty. Doesn't really matter if you're going to emboss with a color. It almost doesn't matter what color you stamp in, okay? Because it's going to be the color of the powder. So I remember so well doing embossing demos like this back in the 90s, in the early 90s, and people would just go crazy. Like it was like magic, right? It's still pretty fun. Just tapping that off. And of course, I can reapply it if it had too many little bald spots. And I know there's all sorts of things now out. I'm not really up on many of the like paper crafting products. I don't do a lot of like die cutting. Well, I should say I don't do a lot. I'm going to tell you a secret. I've never die cut anything. I know it's a shame, but it's true. So I'm not really up on some. I know they have these little, I don't know, pouncer things that you can pounce on your paper to keep the embossing from sticking and stuff like that. But I don't have any of those fancy newfangled things. All right. So now, if you've not seen embossing before, you probably have though, right? Yeah, anti-static pads, that's what it is. All right, so heat tool time. All right, did I make you una? No. So, and good morning, Jan. I didn't even say good morning to you. So, anyway, as you may or may not know, I shouldn't take for granted because a lot of people may not have embossed or seen embossing. I don't know. But the nice thing is that the embossing now, okay, it acts as a resist. So very easily you can just go in, and here I have a couple colors of the Peerless here. I know they look they on screen, they almost look black, but if you turn it over, you'll see the color that it's really meant to be. Okay, so this is a crimson red, and then I have here kind of a robin's egg blue, and a nice grass green, and then a nice golden yellow color. Okay, so ooh, Juliet, you've never tried embossing? Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. So I don't know how you would emboss with old eyeshadow. I've never heard of that, but I'm sure, you can find anything on YouTube. So I'm trying to read the comments really quick. So Mr. Yeah, I don't know, Jan, if I would even use that, or I would feel weird adding it to my favorites because it couldn't be my favorite because I've never used it, but I just don't do enough embossing, I feel like. But I don't know. Convince me. Anyway, all right, so I have a watercolor brush here, and I just loaded it with a little bit of water, clean water, and then I'm going to touch my little Peerless paper. Okay, this is pigment, or well, it's not pigment, it's dye on paper. Okay, and you can see here, you can see the beautiful colors that you can get, right? The paper I'm using, I wanted to tell you about this. I just ordered some of these pads in, and this is just a beautiful plain, like a nice studio workhorse pad. That's what it's called. And I just got some of these in, so watch for them because we're going to list a few on rubbermoon.com. We just got in a whole bunch of goodies. I can't wait to, I'm going to do, next week, we're going to be starting the 12 days of Christmas, so I'll show you all the little gifties and the little stocking stuffers. I'm super excited. Anyway, I'm using this paper, just because I wanted to try it and see, you know, it said that it was a studio workhorse, and it said, what it says on here is, this studio workhorse provides a supple surface that's agreeable to a myriad of creative disciplines. Originally created for printmakers, this cotton paper soon spread across all drawing techniques, especially colored pencil. But obviously it's working pretty well for this. So, oh, I was going to show you some of the other colors while I get sidetracked here. Oh, okay, Jan. Well, that's good to know. Maybe I will get one and just have it hanging around. So you can see the Peerless are really gorgeous, deep, beautiful color, and really nice because they're all so transparent, so you can blend wonderfully. Okay. Again, this I would not consider a watercolor pad. So if I wanted to do serious watercoloring, I probably would not use it. But for what I'm doing right now, it's great. And I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm going to use the green this time on this. Oops, crud. I'm going to cut it out anyway, so that's okay. On this one, I use the red, the crimson red. So on this one, I'm going to do the green. And what I'm doing is I'm going a little bit darker and deeper right here in the center. And then I'm just going to let my water do the work, and I'm going to gradiate out and just get less and less of the paint and more water. And I can dip back into the paint if I want it darker on that. And see, it's just wonderful because the embossing resists it completely. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm going to throw a little bit of the robin's egg blue in here just for fun. Change up the color a tiny bit. And that is that. I'm going to cut these out. I'm going to actually do another couple and cut them out and try my best to make an ornament. Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm going to make the actual ornament on screen, but I don't know. It's up to you guys. If you want to watch me try, I haven't done it. This was just my idea. And I thought, well, what a great way to do the stamp down, you know, talking about coloring in quickly and making a quick little project. Of course, that could be the front of your card, you know, a main image for your card, or again, for an ornament, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp a couple more real quick. If you guys want to hang out and watch me, that's great. And I do think I'm going to try to cut them apart and make a little ornament. What is only $7.39 at Amazon, Jan? Oh, the embossing powder. I mean the resist. I get so confused. Yeah, hi Nancy, it's good to see you. I'm sorry at first. I just saw Nancy and I didn't realize it was Nancy Lorenz. Nice to have you here this morning. And I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving and that you're all ready for Christmas. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just emboss these two right together. I know I have a little bit of bald spots, but it's okay. And silly me, I really should have cut this off the pad first, but it's okay. Yeah, I wish I had that anti-static pad right this minute. Isn't it amazing how you always find something you need, even when you think you need nothing? And obviously need being used loosely, but still. And remember, this is my old, or not old, this is my special makeup brush that I bought just for doing this kind of thing. Usually I use it on my colored pencil stuff, but it works great for that too. Don't worry, I don't use it as my blush brush. All right, here we go again. I'm not sure. I can't remember how wide these are. These almost look like ATC coin size to me, but they might be a little bigger. No, they're about 3 inches. I was going to say, wouldn't that be cool if these could fit right on an ATC coin? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a blue one and a yellow one, okay? Again, just lessening the amount of paint and adding lots more waters just to gradiate out. And if I want deeper color, I can just apply that directly to the middle. So easy, right? Oh, and pretty satisfying. Okay, so maybe I should try some Versamark. I'm just reading the comments. Jan is really one of my go-to people for like product knowledge. She has tons of product knowledge, so it's always nice to have someone like that as a friend, because if I have questions about stuff, I can ask her, and she usually knows pretty much all the products that are out there, which I do not, because I mean, I really love experimenting, and I think that I have a pretty good amount of product knowledge, but not a lot when it comes to a lot of paper craft items, like I said. And I'm looking at this one and I'm seeing this particular, I guess you want to call it a petal, is very dark. So I want to kind of even that up just a little bit. It doesn't have to be super matchy-matchy, but I want it to, I didn't want that one petal to sort of stand out so dark. And that's a good thing about kind of stepping back and looking in the monitor. This one, I didn't want it to be solid, you know, so light yellow that it wouldn't really show up. So I added a little bit of red to the center to punch it up and make it a little more orangey. I just want to be careful because I don't want it to be red. I wanted all 4 of them to be different colors. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a go. And it might be a fail, but just keep in mind, we're only here to color. So if my project doesn't turn out good, just pretend you only saw the coloring part. I'm going to go ahead and blot this just a little bit because normally I would let it dry by itself, but I must have spilled some water on it, and I don't want to be handling it when it's wet. Yeah, that's what I was doing right now. That's Nancy. I'm answering Nancy Lorenz. She said, "Have you thought about cutting it out and putting them together as an ornament?" And that's what I want to try. I'm not sure. I haven't done it before. I just have seen a picture, but I figured I could probably figure it out pretty easily. So we're just going to cut all 4 circles out right up to the outside line. I think this would be really fun to also try on like Yupo. I don't know. Now you can't probably emboss on Yupo. For those of you who might not know what Yupo is oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read the comments, but I'll go back in a minute. Yupo is a synthetic paper, and it's paper. It's like sheets of a special, I don't like to call it plastic, but sort of like a mylar. I don't know. I really don't know what the actual material is, but it is great for mixed media. A lot of artists do abstracts and things on Yupo. So I just think making an ornament this way would be kind of interesting to try on Yupo because it is plastic and, you know, I think it would hold up pretty well. But of course you wouldn't emboss on it. Oops, somebody's knocking at my door. Hold on real fast. I don't know why somebody's knocking on my door. Hi. Thank you. Okay, have a great day. Oh, so sorry about that. Nobody ever knocks on that door, but it was the mail lady, which is surprising because she usually leaves stuff on our porch or yeah, never knocks on this door. It's a new mail lady though, so that could be why. Anyway, hope you're still all there. I know watching me cut out probably isn't that much fun. Maybe if I would have really planned a little better, I could have had a couple of these cut out ahead of time. Oh yeah, it wasn't it wasn't that exciting, Puff. I already got my exciting mail for the day. UPS came. All right. So after I get this one cut out, I am going to stop for just a quick second and take a picture of them all together laying flat so I can post it for my stamp down to Christmas, just in case in case my ornament doesn't turn out. All right. So ooh, Jan, post a picture. Okay, so I'm thinking that we're folding these in half. At least that's my thought. I don't know for sure. And then I'm actually going to take, and I think you might even be able to do more than 4. You could probably do 5 even. Not sure, because again, I've never really done this before. This seems to be a really nice weight of paper for this project because it's heavy enough to be stiff, but thin enough to not crack and bend. Oops. Will jump out of your hand though. All right. So I got my 4 pieces all folded. And now I'm going to get some ribbon. Give me just this or something. I have to find some ribbon or something. All right, so I don't have the cute, I can't really find any super cute ribbon that would match with this. Sadly. I mean, I must have some around here somewhere, but you know, I wish that I had a really cute piece of like red ribbon or gold, or, well, maybe not gold. I don't know. I wish I had something that I don't have. But well, dang it. And you know, of course I save everything, but I just don't know where I have any ribbon saved at right this second. I'm looking around to see if anything jumps out at me. Well, sometimes it does. Does not really do it for me, but it's the best that I have on hand right now. And it actually is, I think, a good size. So I'm going to do it. So let's see what she is. Oh, I should do all my edges first and emboss all that? Or I could even do it after probably, but I'm not going to do it now so Jan says before you glue them together to emboss all your edges so that you'll get a nice edge. And that is a really, really good idea. I don't think I'll do that right now for just for the sake of being live in a demo. The other thing I could do is obviously use some gold paint or a gold pen to go around those edges if I wanted to. The other thing you could think about is actually coloring it or embossing it gold on the, on the back side, not the solid thing, but just around the edges, if you wanted to. And that it will make it look much more professional. I definitely agree, but I'm not going to do it just because of timing. And I don't really have the right string or anything. If I wanted to make some of these nicely, then I could, do it. But you'll get the idea. And I wanted to take a minute and thank Tracy for the idea. It's really cute. So here we go. Again, doing this on some Yupo might be a fun thing to try, just again because it's that plastic. So I've been doing so much cleaning and organizing of all like my drawers and cupboards over the last couple days. I'm really surprised I didn't have the perfect, just the perfect ribbon or twine or something, but well, obviously you probably really only have to glue 2 of the papers, but I wanted to put a little tiny bit of glue on all 4. And it usually makes a nicer bond. Oops. And kind of important to line it up correctly where your folds are. The hardest part, and of course my fingers are gummy. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. Seriously. Of course, you're just going to finesse it like that and work with it until you get it lined up nicely. And like Jan said, definitely want to go around the edges. And too, I feel like you could put even 1 or 2 more if you wanted to make it even fuller. And then, of course, I'm going to tie this in a knot. And if it was cuter ribbon, it would be super adorable. I know it doesn't match, but hey, it is homemade, right? And you could put a couple little beads down here even. That would be cute. And I might, just because this, I don't know, it's not really the right piece of material, but anyway, I think I will just take a little gold paint, or maybe I could do more embossing. I could probably do it on here now even. Let's try it. Right? It might even be easier doing it this way than doing it on the one piece at a time. I don't know. I at least have something to hold on to. Oh yeah, that looks much better too. Kind of nice actually doing it that way, because it sort of like filled in. It filled in the little, you know, the little where it, what am I trying to say? It filled in where it meets together. So can you see it looks much nicer than that white edge? All right, so voila. I will go ahead and finish, but you don't need to sit here and watch me emboss the edges. Happy day number, what are we, 5? Yeah, gaps. Thank you, Alba. So yeah, so that worked out pretty well. I will post a picture, and you know, maybe I'll even paint my twine, or my, whatever this is, it's not really ribbon. Well, it is ribbon. It's like a cotton ribbon, and I could paint it with gold paint, you know, or red. So I'll do that, and then I'll post a picture. I want to thank you all for joining me, and I'm sorry I will miss you tomorrow, but please come back on Monday morning. I will be here at 11 o'clock Central Time with our next Stamp Down to Christmas episode. And, you know, just, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you get to go to your studio and get makey. Thank you so much, and love you to the moon and back. See you soon.